I'm Jim Woods, and this is my absolutely awesome, magnificent, beautylicious wife, Lucy. I'm making up these words right now, but she says she like it, so naturally, who am I to stop?
He has to do it, yes.
I have to do it. But actually, we have a really serious question, and I'm smiling about it right now, but I mean, let's have a face-to-face talk. Let's be honest. And I mean, for a while now, you've been reading motivational books, listening to your favorite videos. You've been listening to podcasts, perhaps in your car. You've been surrounding yourself around positive people. You've been writing your affirmations. You've been doing all these things, and you began the new year off with a lot of excitement that you're going to finally lose weight and quit smoking, and that you're going to show more compassion and more passion, rather, for your spouse, your significant other, and for your children. You're going to make the time that you hadn't been able to find time before. But somehow, even before the pandemic occurred, things were sliding off the rails. You had lost your footing a little bit. Maybe it's gotten worse now because finances they were bad before, but now they're worse than ever. Nevertheless, we want to help you get your footing back and get back on track, because this can be the greatest time of your life right now, and you can have more passion in your relationships and all, and you can build a bigger business than you ever thought possible. It was kind of interesting for me the other day to see this woman on a news program and see where she said she was laid off from a large corporation, and she was despondent for a moment. And I want to tell you, in her video as a newscaster was speaking to her, you could see she was despondent only for a moment, because what she did immediately, rather than go home and have this strong, like all of us, a strong period of sadness and depression that of all times during the pandemic, she has to be unemployed, and what is she going to do? Well, guess what she did? She got right back online after having her dream job, so to speak, got online, placed herself. She didn't just cut and paste another resume out there. She got out there and put it out there, making phone calls, connections, and so on. And in a short amount of time, she surprised herself in landing an even better job, more pay, better hours, better benefits, everything. And I could see why they hired her. She dressed perfectly on the video. She looked wonderful. She had this wonderful enthusiasm that I thought the company just hired her, probably laying off people for the same job. And this woman comes in with a breath of fresh air. Well, that's what you got to do right now. You just got to get up and brush yourself off and say, I'm not taking it anymore. You just got to snap out of it and just flat out and say, I am going to get angry. I'm not getting angry at my old boss, my new boss, my wife, my children, my husband, my boyfriend, my girlfriend. I'm not getting angry at anybody. I'm just going to turn around on myself and make it happen today.
And sometimes it's really hard to make yourself go again. And the reason is when hard times are here, we tend to feel frustrated and tired because of uncertainty.
Yes.
And then we get overwhelmed, and even without things like pandemic or anything, even without those things, we tend to feel that way because of simple reasons: routines and unachieved goals. When your routines start taking too much time or getting too tough on you, you start feeling overwhelmed. And when there are tough times, it's getting even harder, because it's like you are in the loop and you can't find a way out. You can't get out of there. What are you gonna do? So step back, think, and analyze what exactly you want to do, and then understand what you need to have, what you need to achieve, in order just to get back on track and start moving towards your goal, towards some things that you really want. And once you get that understanding what exactly you want, because most people, if you ask right now, that are not happy and will feel confused or something, overwhelmed, you will ask them, so what do you want? You will not hear the clear answer most of the times. And that's very interesting, because we just get overwhelmed, tired, then we allow ourselves to go depressed, or just to relax, procrastinating and everything, sit on the sofa with that beer, watching Netflix again and again. That's wonderful, but what is gonna give you in 5 years? That you will look back, think, oh, I sat on the sofa and watched Netflix. Wonderful. That's not what we want.
No, it isn't. Do you realize that in about 6 months, most of us will have our Christmas shopping done?
Ooh.
Think about it. I mean, just think about it. We don't think about how fast the day went until we get to a Friday. And when the Friday comes, we think, is it Friday again? I used to, when I taught college, I can remember going by the receptionist's desk and they're saying, hello, Mr. Woods, or hello, Professor, or they'll say, well, have a good Friday. I'm serious. Have a good Friday. And then when Friday comes again, they say, have a good Friday, or I say the same thing to them. What are you doing this Friday? Well, you know, after a while, it seems like we're all saying the same thing to each other, and the Fridays, it's like turning the pages in a book you can't put down. Zip, the days just went like this. And all of a sudden, it's another 7 days, and I'm wondering, I can't believe it's another Friday. Ask myself, what did I do with the last Friday? What did I do with the last week? Those days just go by, and all of a sudden, I'm 20 years old, and now here I am today, 67 years old. What did I do? So, this is a time right now for you to be perfectly honest with yourself, not the superficial kind. I've done it myself, and so have you. Lucy's done it, maybe, okay? But the rest of us mere mortals have to be really frank with ourselves. There's no one else listening, right? But you got to speak it to yourself. Speak it and say, there's more that I can do. There's much more that I am worth right now. And if I'm being honest, I know that I am worth it. I don't have to prove myself to anybody else. I don't have to ask permission from anyone. I don't ask, can I be this? Can I be that? No, you don't. You don't have to be better than your brother, your sister, your neighbor, the people you went to high school with. You don't have to be afraid if you go back to the high school reunion that somehow you're going to not have the same clothes on, your body's out of shape. You know what? Life happens. So what? There are people that love you just the way you are. Customers will accept you just the way you are. And if you need new skills, go out there and get them online. Put the words in Google and find a course on Udemy, or better yet, work with us. We have some programs. We have some positive motivation, and we've been doing this for over 20 years. We have some things, some tools, techniques that we use with major corporations and individuals, U.S. military, even educational institutions that we can bring to bear to help you. You got somebody here that's going to push you. We're not here to rub your head and say, bless your heart. We're going to push you to get it done now. Work with us. We've been there, and we care about you.
And you know what? Look at your calendar. It's June right now. That means what? Half of the 2020 is gone. You're not gonna get it back, so it's time to do something right now. On our website, there is a white paper you can download about success, about habits of successful people, and your own understanding of success. This is perfect read for you. Very short read, very effective to get your brain in the right place. Over the past 2 years, we were developing the Peak Performance Program, the systems that help people to stay productive. And staying productive is one of the top goals of every successful person. So book your Productivity Booster Hour or enroll in our summer program to increase your productivity and move you closer to success.
Now, I have to say parenthetically before we go, is that doing these things certainly aren't easy for anyone. No one lives in a perfect world. And the people who you think live in a perfect world really aren't. If you pull back the blankets or look around the corner, you'll see that it isn't that way. They work really hard. Arnold Schwarzenegger worked really, really hard to get in shape, and then have to learn the English and to learn how to act and all. He spent a lot of work behind the scenes, and that's where the real work is done, behind the scenes. You don't know You don't know how many years I went without a car and how I rode my bicycle to appointments when the temperature was 9 degrees outside. You don't know how hard Lucy worked when she didn't even have food in the house and it was dark and she had just enough protein to feed her son. You don't know how I sat there with the lights turned off in my house for 1 month and still got up and worked more than 12 hours every day to make something happen. You don't know what it was like for me to work almost 4 years without a single paycheck. And all I lived on was disability for my hearing at $100 a month. But I kept going. I didn't beg, I didn't plead, I didn't sell things I should have been selling. I worked hard because I had the end in mind. And you don't have a clue how hard it was for me at 45 years old to live in my car on a beach somewhere, trying to move it around so I could sleep somewhere. Just sleep and rest so I could plan again. But I did it. And if that means something for you, you wonder, how do they do it? Well, we live in a nice condo. A very nice condo. We've been really blessed. We are happy. So if we learn how to do this and bounce back and take what we learned and share with other people, don't you think we might have something that we can help you with? Work with us. You deserve it. And you deserve somebody that'll push you and someone that understands you. We're here for you. I promise. We won't let you down.